beat. The sun is shining, Rachel brings the heat. Wake up CEO, we're on repeat. Chicago, Sun Up City on the go. Rachel L. Gary on the radio. Junior Quick, hear the power flow. Wake up CEO, it's your daily show. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. From the Windy City, bringing major vibes. Rachel on the mic, keeping lives revived. Radio Chicago, where dreams arise. Wake up CEO to the skies. No more snooze button, no more delay. Rachel's voice making waves today. Feel the energy, Chicago way. Wake up CEO, rise and sway. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill. Wake up, start the day with zeal. Rachel's got the vibe, that's the real deal. CEO, it's time to feel the thrill. Morning grind, press play and chill.
This is Dr. Carolyn Stevens, the CEO of the BHC Media Group. And when you are looking for a strategy for self-leadership, get aligned with Wake Up CEO with host Rachel L. Gary every Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m.
You know what time it is? Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago, Rachel L. Gary in the building. Wake up, CEO! Let's go! Wake up! Go Sam, set that tone. Wake up! Every step you take, you claim that throne. Wake up! No more doubt, no time to stall. Wake up! Boss up now, go get it on. Wake up! Stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up! Stay locked in. Wake up! Stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up! Stay locked in. Wake up! I ain't waiting, now I go and take it. Built this from the ground, no way they break it. Consistency, my secret, watch me make it. Got that boss talk, now I ain't faking no. Look, set the goal, now I'm grabbing the goal. And put in the work, now I'm taking control. The vision so clear, yeah, I already know. Every step I take, I'm ready to blow. Wake up, set that tone. Every step you take, you claim that throne. No more doubt, no time to stall. Boss up now, go get it all. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. Let's go, stay locked in, make it happen. Make it happen. No handouts, yeah, I made my way. Built my brand, now I pave my lane. I turn my losses into lessons. Now my grind got no recession. Yeah, they talk about chance, but I make my own. Yeah, I ain't waiting for fate, got a future to own. Yeah, every setback, just part of the game, game. But now I'm up, and they know my name. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in. Wake up. Success so sexy, put the work in, flexing. Late nights, no rest, but now my vision's hefty. They doubted, they laughed, now they watch from the back. Cause I turned every dream into bricks that stack. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, make it happen. Wake up, stay locked in, go get it all. Every Wednesday, 3 to 5, my Radio Chicago. Rachel L. Gary taking you to the top. Boss up.
Hey there, hey there, hey there, CEOs. Welcome to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary. And you know what we're going to do on Wake Up CEO. I'm having candid conversation with the CEO. That's that person that is clear in their actions, empowered by their choices, and owning their direction. The CEO of your life. So we are going to, today's show is about how to get up after life's beat down. Oh, guys, we gonna get locked in. And I want you guys to stay locked in for the power statement of the day, the Author's Corner, powered by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. Also, we got to get locked in for that leadership 3-point play that's powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets GPS. And today, CEOs, I want you guys to see that question in the chat and let me know what you're thinking. If you guys are watching me either live on Facebook or YouTube, I want you guys to get locked into that question of the day. And for the people listening to me online on SDR Radio or Live 365, the question of the day for you CEOs is, when was the last moment of self-care? So when was your last moment of self-care? And you guys get locked in to dropping in the chat. What is your answer to that question as we dive into it? But you know what we're going to do. Let's get locked in. Let's get locked in. So the power statement of the day is, life's blows don't define you. How you rise from them does. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're not playing today. We getting into it. We really gonna talk about what it is, what's going on. How is when life beating you down left and right? What do you do next? What? But first, we got to get clear. We got to understand that life punches and choose not to be a victim. Y'all ready? I hope y'all are ready. Because this is not a show where we're going to be talking about how life has beat us down and we're going to all have a session of complaining about how life has gotten us down. No, CEOs. That's not what we do on Wake Up CEO. On Wake Up CEO, we get clear so we can get empowered, so we can own how we move forward. That's what we do on Wake Up CEO. So I want us to get ready, and we're going to start saying, understanding life's punches and choosing not to be the victim. What does that really mean? You got a name that you're struggling. This is not just me. This is a universal thing. I want to say it. We all have been told that we got to be strong. We all have been told that we need to push past it. We need to keep going. What happens when you just downright tired of that? That's why life has already beat us down. We already know. We've already been through the challenge. We've already had a situation take place, and we are 100% survivors of getting over things and getting to a better place. I'm a survivor. You're a survivor. We're all survivors of that. And we've all survived that type of life. I want to say it. If we've all survived that type of life, now we just have to figure out, what are we struggling with right now that's not allowing us to be able to move forward and get to some success? So from everyday fatigue to deep loss, you got to identify what we're fighting. What's got us feeling down? What's got us feeling beat down? What does that look like? Because that is what we need to talk about. Why do I feel fatigued? Why is my temper short? Why am I not wanting to hear one more thing from one more person? And I want to state some facts. It's not because our kids are loud. It's not because our boss didn't or does not respect us. It's just really that we haven't clarified and given ourselves some real self-care. And that's why the question of the day is, when is the last time you had self-care? When is the last time you've actually given yourself an opportunity for self-care? Because now we're going to dig into why we're really frustrated with the kids making noise, why the boss is not respecting us. Take a breath, CEOs. Take a breath. Because we have not respected us. We haven't realized what's going on with us. We have allowed situations to continue. We haven't thought of ourselves as being the MVP. We've put other people's needs before ours. We've stepped up for someone else's challenges. We've compensated for someone else's deficiencies. Oh yeah, that's what we're going to dig into on Wake Up CEO today. How to understand all of that is what happened. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay that we have allowed someone to do us bad in the past. It's okay that people don't show up. It's okay that someone said they were going to do something and they didn't do it. It's okay that your friend always needs your support but doesn't give any. It's okay. Because now we're going to decide how, why, and when are we putting ourselves first. I'm going to give us something for it. Today. We're going to clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. We're going to start today. Today we're going to recognize what are our challenges. What are we struggling with? If we are having people in our lives that don't respect us, what have we taught? What have we not shown up for ourselves that makes people think it's okay not to show up? And clarity just means admitting where we are. You have to admit there is a problem. We have to admit that there are people out there pushing you against the wall. If they're pushing, you have to be there for to keep getting pushed. If someone isn't showing up for you, you have to be expecting them to show up. So this is where we really just dive into. It's time, CEOs. It's time to start showing up for yourself. It's time to be your own MVP. It's time to understand how to get up after all life's situations have beat you down. Starting with developing you. We're breaking the victim syndrome. I am not a victim of anything that anyone has done to me. I am not a victim for people not showing up. I'm not a victim because you weren't listening. I'm not a victim because today wasn't the day that you felt that you wanted to support. Not today. Today I'm taking back my power. Oh yeah, you got power. We got to play that song. I got the power. We got to get into it. Because you got the power. You got the power to make the decision that today you're going to show up for you. Today you got the power to say, today I am going to be my superhero. Today I am showing up like no other. Because today, the people who didn't show up, thank you. The people who did not support, thank you. I want y'all to say it. Thank them. Thank them right now. Because they showed who they were. Now it's your turn to show who you are. No victims. We're not a victim today. So as you guys are checking in, I thank you for dropping in the chat. Let's go, CEOs. That is Sharice Sloan of Highly Productive Chicago. Show up, Sharice. We have Bruce Logan of Monkey Media and Selmunati checking in. I found self-care in forgiving the version of me that endured things I should have never accepted. That forgiveness was the start of freedom. Yes, Bruce. There it is. Bruce, I mean, I'm telling you, Bruce just dropped the mic. Because we have to forgive the past. We have to forgive the fact that someone didn't show up. Because now we're going to show up. Because hardship and people not showing up doesn't mean you're hopeless. It's empowerment. It means now it's time to be strategic about how you're going to map out the next journey, the next chapter. And guys, I want y'all to know the next chapter is always brighter. Because you're going to learn from this part. You're going to learn today about how to when you are feeling life beating you down, that you have a way to get up. You have an opportunity right now, today. So we have to say to ourselves daily, I'm not what happened to me. I am who I choose to be. I'm not what happened to me. I am who I choose to be. The circumstances that brought me to this point don't define me. They forged me. Just like I put in my book, Forged in Fire. I just put it this way. When the people that are supposed to love you the most don't show up, you roll differently in your life. Some people internalize that to feeling helpless, to feeling that you're not loved, that you should not or do not deserve love. You deserve it. That person just didn't know how to deliver it. Take a second, guys. That's a CEO moment there. That's a CEO moment. Someone else's deficiencies don't become my hardship. It became my fuel. People not knowing how to show up doesn't mean that no one's going to show up. One more time. Just because someone doesn't know how to show up doesn't mean that nobody's showing up. From the chat, we got solitude isn't punishment, it's preparation. Diamonds are made under pressure, not applause. I'm telling you, I'm looking to be that shiny diamond. Because with any kind of amount of pressure, I'm still going to strive. I'm still going to thrive. You got to say that to yourself. With any pressure, you're still going to strive and you're still going to thrive. You got to believe that. And you got to show up for that. Why? Because you survived yesterday. You survived the 365 before. Times that by however many years you are, you survived all of those yesterdays. So today, we're just finding out how to start healing and not hide. I'm not hiding when I'm in pain, and neither should you. You have to accept when things are going wrong. Take a moment to understand them. So then you can build the resilience and build up the ability to recognize when someone or something is not for you. It's okay. Everything that's in your circle or in your life isn't always meant for your tomorrow version. That's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. But sometimes things are only in your life for a season or a reason, but not for a lifetime. But when you start understanding and actually healing, because healing is not avoidance, it's facing the pain and deciding to grow from it. You have to face that the loved one did not meet your expectations. You have to understand that maybe the company that you work for is not the perfect place for you. Maybe that the life surrounding situation isn't the one that was meant to grow, was meant to be going in the future, but was meant to grow you. It's healing and understanding and accepting that you were in pain. And it goes to you asking yourself, or understanding that it's okay to have been knocked down. It's okay that an obstacle was in your way. It's okay that the person that you thought should have your back didn't. I started off this way because I want you to understand that it's okay these things they happened. But now you're going to rebuild from them. They are lessons. They something that you're going to put in your toolkit. It doesn't mean that the next person is going to pay for the past person's transgressions. It's just that now you're more equipped to identify when those transgressions are happening. Oh, yes. There are lessons in everything, CEOs. Lessons. And when those lessons occur, you got to be, okay, it's a lesson. And to break those cycles of being a victim, when things happen, they're not happening to you, they're happening for you. Things that happen for you allow you to learn, rebuild, grow, put things in your mind, give you those tools. Without some of those situations, I want to say this, you definitely wouldn't be the person you are today. That resilient, brilliant version of you. That person wouldn't even exist without the trials and the tribulations of the past. So take the strength from that situation and breathe. Because just like my song that's up next, your success is inevitable. No matter what happens, you are going to be successful. You've been successful thus far. Imagine your life last year. No matter where you are in your life, imagine it last year. You don't have to imagine you lived it, CEOs. You lived that life. So go back just for a minute. Look at your life a year ago. Look at 6 months ago. Look at it 3 months ago. And look at it now. If situations are not ideal, what can you do now to make the next 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year be the life that picks you up? Because we're not going to wallow in life beating us down. We're going to figure out what happened a year ago to where we are today. And if our life is not ideally what we want it to be, what do we need to do so it can be better next year when we look back? I want us to get lined in, get locked in to I'm gonna put on Success. My Success is Inevitable by with Cassidy D and Charlotte Douglas. Get locked in right here on Wake Up CEO.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go. It's an assessment.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week right here on CEO State of Mind.
Welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and this is my radio, Chicago. Guys, get locked in, Support District Radio. So you need to go to the website if you need to jump off of Facebook or YouTube, and you can go to www.supportdistrictradio.com/stations/Chicago, or take us on a go on the Live 365 app. Guys, my show is awesome, but it's also a lot of other great shows on my radio Chicago, so stay locked in. So we were discussing about how to get up after life's beatdown. And we already have identified that we are not going to settle, and we are not going to marinate. We are not going to sit down, and we are not going to be sitting around here being a victim. There is no victim. We are zero victims here. This is a zero victim zone. So if we are not a victim, we are now the aggressor. We are aggressively looking at life that beat us down, directly square eye to eye, and about to get up and put the beat down differently. And this is when we get empowered on what to do next. So we're gonna turn pain into power, because we got the power. I should have played that song. I gotta find that song. We got the power. I got the power. Guys, I don't know. I put that song on my Instagram reels and all kinds of stuff, because at the end of the day, I be like, man, that's it. That's the one right there. But how do you get the power when you're in pain? Here we go. Stand up on what's left. Life has already hit you with the blow. Stand up as on the ashes of everything that has happened. Move forward anyway. Hold on, we got people in the chat. One of my favorite people's in the chat. This is Bobby Stretcher, guys. She's the epitome of grace. She said, Bruce, you are fire. She said, young man wants abs. Grown me just wants my back not to sound like a hollow stick when I stand up. Then we had Amber Penn check in. And then we have my recent mantra is healing isn't loud or pretty. Sometimes it's shaking hands, a tear-stained face, and a quiet whisper to yourself, I deserve to try again. So CEOs, restart and give yourself another chance. Checkmate. That's when you're working on strategy. So as you guys join the chat, do me a favor and go in and let me know, when was the last moment of self-care? When was your last moment? And as the show unfolds, we'll be talking more about self-care and how we get to that point. But how we're going to turn that pain into power is we got to stand on those ashes. Stand on the ashes of all the pain. Even when you're broken, you still have something. Use what's remaining as the foundation for the rebirth of the phoenix that is in you. That phoenix in you has been waiting to come out. That phoenix has been asking you, when do you expect? So that phoenix in you is waiting for you to say, let me rise. And how you rise from those ashes is we have identified them, what the pain was. Now we're standing on what's left of the life that once was. I know. Because everything that has happened, put the ED on the end, it has already happened. And on Wake Up CEO, we can't change the past. If I can't change the past, guys, I just want to say it for the record. If I can't change the past, I only can reflect on it and move forward towards the brightest version of the future. That's all you got, the future. You got the present, and as we keep talking, the present continues moving to the future. Surround yourself with people that are uplifting. Guys, I have my CEO mastermind on Tuesdays. Guys. You guys need to lock in on Mondays on CEO State of Mind. That is my new network. The name of the show is CEO Mastermind. Guys, get the BHC Media app downloaded now. Drop it in the chat where they can download. You can download it on your Android phone. You can download it on your Apple phone. You can download it on your Fire TV. You can download it on Roku. Guys, there's no way you should be missing out on CEO Mastermind. Because CEO Mastermind is my point of surrounding myself with people who are uplifting, who want to be uplifted, and who are positively moving and growing. No matter where you are. Healing is accelerated in a community. Don't fight the fight alone. When you're having a bad day, make a phone call to someone who will uplift you. Don't call your friend that wants to hear about the bad day. Don't call the friend that's going to be like, yeah, girl, that's what happened. Man, you know that chick ain't nothing. Don't call that person. That's not what I mean by call people in your circle. Call that person that's going to be listening. I hear you, man. I understand that happened. But what are we going to do now? Did you hear that? What we going to do now? Now they your partner in rebuilding. That's the person you want to make a phone call to. You want to call that person who's got your back. Call that person who's like, all right. Let's breathe. And now grow. I know it all sounds easy. Remember, I told you guys on Wake Up CEO, I'm only going to tell you the easy steps. We only going to talk about what's easy on Wake Up CEO. Hold on, if you guys are watching on YouTube or Facebook, we got people in the chat. For people that are live who are listening on Support District Radio or on Live 365, let's hit the chat. We have good evening from Letitia Marie. Thank you very much for joining. We have What's Up Coach from D Woods. Guys, if you don't know who D Woods is, she's amazing. Amazing. And she will be on the show soon, but let me explain to you why. She has a show on CEO State of Mind Network called Especially Living It Up. Get ready. Guys, if you're not ready for empowerment and you're not ready for upliftment, you wouldn't even be here. Y'all ready for it? Get in line. So she's got her show will be coming out in October. It's called Especially Living It Up. Go to those apps, download BHC Media Group so you can get locked into the CEO State of Mind channel. These shows are going to be electric. So she checked in. Then we have Bruce checking in. Follow the official CEO State of Mind, and he's dropping the links for you guys to get those apps. Go to your app store. If you cannot watch live right now and you're listening, go to BHC Media Group on either your smartphone, your laptop, or your TV and get locked in. There's already 4 shows of CEO Mastermind. Guys, wait till you hear the journey everyone is on. Whew. Electricity. That's about when I'm surrounding myself in those circles, I'm looking for the encouragement. This is how you rebuild after the fire. This is how you rebuild when life has hit you with a blow. Surround yourself with somebody that's going to make you laugh. Someone who's going to give you true advice on how to rebuild. That's what I mean by surrounding yourself. We're just not surrounding ourselves with just anybody. We're surrounding ourselves with the creme de la creme. The people who are like, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you've gotten over better. Yeah, you've gotten past all of the stuff like this before. Those people that are encouraging you to keep moving. You want that encouragement. Because sometimes, I want to say it, I'm not saying that life didn't kick you in the stomach and you really don't know how to unfold from that. I'm not saying, guys, it didn't kick you in the balls. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that sometimes there could be someone that helps you stand up and you can lean on. Someone that's there helping pick you up. That's what your circle is for. A true circle. That true circle of people who are around you for upliftment. Not the ones who are jealous. Not the ones who are happy to see that you're down subconsciously, because that means they're not down alone. We don't want energy vampires. We want people who have full cups and can pour. Because every now and then, even when your cup is usually full, sometimes you've poured so much out of you that you need somebody to start pouring into you. That's why the question of the day was, when's the last moment of self-care? When's the last time that you actually set some boundaries and steadfast to those boundaries? When's the last time you actually took the moment of solace? When's the last time when you knew that your world was falling apart and you paused? And on CEO Mastermind last night, one of the individuals said something about just what I'm talking about right now, about pausing and stopping. You guys got to watch the show to get the whole details. I'm a paraphrase. Sometimes you got to pause and just do nothing. Start unloading some of the stuff you got going on and take a break, a breather, a hiatus, whichever way you want to say it. And it's okay. It's okay. We got Mrs. Gary checking in. Hello there, beautiful. She says, hello, 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 CEOs. Then we have Bruce. Healing doesn't mean the wound disappears. It means you can finally touch it without bleeding. Also, you can try out, say I'm possible, or go to Black House Media. That's where the information is for the last episodes. And I want y'all to stay focused. And remember that we're in there. We're also CEO Mastermind is going around the book, #Poverty to Six Figures. So if you got your copy already, you might as well get in sync with us, because we're walking through the book and actually giving some actionable steps while using that book for growth. So if you got your book already, join the mastermind. If you don't have your book already, get your book and join the mastermind. What I say? Get your book and join the mastermind. Hold on. This don't even make sense to talk about it. Just let y'all see it a little bit. That's enough of that, guys. Y'all got to get locked into that book. Get locked into that book. Because when you get locked into that book, you're going to be like, what? This is not just a read. This is an action plan. Get locked into that. Get locked into that. So we got Letitia. All this week, without my world falling apart, I try to pause right before my anxiety attacks. Absolutely, Letitia. Absolutely. I want you to know, taking a breather isn't weakness. Whoever told you, whoever you've heard say, fight through, push through. When your anxiety is at a level 10, there's somebody who ends up breaking down in the long run. I don't want to break down, so I am vocal with when I am feeling overwhelmed. I'm vocal. I had to be vocal with myself as well. And when you're vocal with you, then you can show up for yourself like, wow, I was overwhelmed. And then you can identify what overwhelmed you. Today I took a moment, and I wanted to, hey guys, you remember I speak candidly on Wake Up CEO. And I'm also very authentic and very truthful. I'm an honest individual. This is my thing. Integrity is everything. I took a moment today, and I meditate every day at least twice. I mean, at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times. So I took my pause and meditated. And in my meditation, it said, unburden. I don't even use that word, unburden. So that lets me know that word came from within me and from the higher version of myself and from God himself to me, unburden. Like I said, it's not even it's a word I'm aware of, but it's not a word I use. So when it said unburden what? Unburden the things that are, and the reason for my meditation, and usually when I meditate, I ask a question and then I meditate on getting the answer or getting some guidance. That's my way of relieving myself and getting peaceful, giving myself the care to be able to continue on with my day. Guys, I'm busy. I want to say I'm booked and busy. I have the radio show that you guys are listening to and watching right now. Then I'm coaching 2 different sessions. Then I have my TV network that just began. Then I have a host of family members and things that are transpiring. Then I have my property that I have things going on. That's not to say that no one else has everything going on in their life, but it's just saying taking a moment to understand where the anxiety hit so I can alleviate whatever the problems were that led me up to feeling overwhelmed. Let's go back to the chat. When your anxiety's at a 10, there's a forced pause, and you have to go through, so weakness is a myth. When it comes to your mental health, yes and yes. I love when I hear people out there validate and echo the truth. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Really having a really clear understanding that when you're there, your body's going to shut down. Your mind is going to start crumbling, and then you get sick. That's why you need to pause. You need to take the moment. You need to get aligned with you. This is not alignment with other individuals, because the pause on anxiety and the pause on situations that are overwhelming is so you can start rebuilding. I have a song that I really like to listen to. Let me find it real quick for you guys. So I know I played it. Success is inevitable. There's a part of that song where he says, I know it's a battle within. To win, I know I have to ascend, recharge, and then start again. So that song is that's words from My Success is Inevitable. Now, the reason why I gravitate so much to it, because the part where he says, recharge, so I can go at it again. So we all understand that we got to put in the work. But we don't know when to pause and allow ourselves to grow. This is how we get up after life beats us down. Because life is not really beating us down. That's the whole point. It's the fact that we haven't paused and we haven't figured out the things around us. We haven't figured out how to navigate correctly. Navigate the BS job. Navigate the BS relationships. Navigate the BS friendships. Guys, I just call a spade a spade. That's my way of being candid. And when you call a spade, you're able to understand, relate, relax, and not repeat. I've burned bridges to keep myself sane. Left everybody I loved back there because I had to love me enough to stay the best version of me with no regret. Because you can't have regret for your self-preservation, your self-growth, your self-sustainability. That's not selfish. That's smart. That's smart, guys. That's when you're being smart with you, smart with your actions, smart with your time. So get Tisha, she's in again. I have a meditation before I leave the house for work, because if I don't, you will encounter a monster. Love that. I love that. It's just the truth. I meditate before I leave too, Tisha. I do, Letitia, I do it myself. I meditate before I leave. I usually meditate in the middle of the day because I want to make sure that I'm still refreshed against any challenges that have come up. And then I at the end of the night, I take a moment. Now, even if I don't meditate all the way, I take a moment to just. My wife asks me a lot of times, why am I taking a deep breath? The deep breath doesn't be because anything's wrong. It's a deep breath of calm in, exhale negativity. Calm in, Exhale negativity. Because I'm not going to sleep with with a negative mind. I'm not going to sleep with things weighing on my mind. I'm preparing myself for success. There it is. That's why you do self-care. That's why I'm asking you guys, when was the last time you did it? Because if you're not setting yourself up with some true self-care, and it's not just the nails, I'm going to be honest, I've been in a nail salon and not felt like I had some self-care. I want to say that for the record. I've had a massage and felt like I wasn't in real self-care. But when I am at peace, in a moment of solitude, not thinking, it's hard. It's hard. It's a hard thing to close your eyes and not think of anything. Ask a question and just be silent. Because this is how we're going to turn struggle into strategy. We're going to find lessons in the losses. We're going to find blessings in the lessons. Because when you are truly trying to be strategic, so your self-care, so you can stop any beatdown and you can really stand up, you're navigating and figuring out what went wrong. You're navigating and you're figuring out the things that you're going to do to not allow those same situations to happen. Now, this is the part, guys, and I want y'all to be with me on this pause. We're gonna all pause together on it. When you realize what is going wrong, one more time, when you realize what is going wrong, do something different. I'm going to pause. And that pause is so you can let that sink in. We will recognize and have identified the issue, and we continually stay involved with the issue. We stay in the same place, hoping for... What is the definition of insanity? Someone drop that in the chat for me. I'm not even going to answer it. What's the definition of insanity? Somebody drop that in the chat for me. Even if you have to go look it up and you don't know, what is the definition of insanity? Somebody please drop it in the chat. I'm going to read it from the chat, guys, who listening online. We're going to give everybody a couple of seconds to get that together. Someone drop that in the chat for me. What is the definition of insanity? If you have identified you got a problem, you have identified there's a person, a place, a thing that is causing you anxiety. If you have identified it several times, what is the definition of insanity? And I'm going to go to Selah Brooks. If you guys are not aware of the content guru, get locked in. He says doing the same thing, expecting different results. That is insane. So if you identify what the problem is, Letitia got it as well. Expecting a different result for the inevitable. Yes. Because if you have identified that the problem that causes you anxiety is work. I'm going to use work for instance. You go into work, and every time you go in there, you are feeling anxious. You're feeling like you're not your best. You're feeling like that you're being beat down. Or you're feeling that you are not respected. We go back to that job 20, 30, 50, 100, 200 more times. As opposed to just finding another damn job. Excuse me for the cussing. I don't curse, but that's just the thing. Jobs are hard to come by. I hear it all the time. I want you guys to be with me. If you're watching me on Wake Up CEO, I close my eyes for a reason. Your mind is the number one thing that's going to allow you to find success. If there are things that are disturbing your mind, your peace, you are obligated for your sanity to get rid of them. Glasses back on for that moment. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. I'm just trying to be honest. So Bobby checked in. I don't solely rely on my own strength, wisdom, or abilities. I trust in amazing architects who form me with purpose and pause to listen for instructions. That right there. You got to take a loss, but it's not a loss if you get data in return. Absolutely. I want to take a step back and give y'all a story. 10 years ago, I worked for a company. This gentleman did everything under the sun. I won't say what company because it's not about the company. He did everything under the sun. He called HR. He told the team. He had a group of individuals, a part of the team, that he didn't want to hire me. His boss hired me. He did not. So I reported to someone who didn't get to make the decision and was mad about the decision that was made. So the whole time I worked there, every other week he had told he had associates going to HR. She's mean to me, but he couldn't get multiple people to say it because it just wasn't the truth. He even he told a young lady, threatened her job to say that I had touched her inappropriately. They call a whole suit. I go home for a couple of days. They watch video of the whole place. The place is full videos, guys, full videos. They watch every video. I had been near this young lady one time in the last 5 months. So let me tell you how close I was to the young lady, sorry. If you guys can see, I will say I was 4 feet away from where the young lady was. The only time I had been near her in 5 months. Let me tell you what I took from that job. Now, I took a break, a pause. I took a break, a pause. Took my granddaughter to Wisconsin for her birthday. Whole family went. We all went to Wisconsin, hung out for her birthday. I interviewed for a brand new job. Let me explain. The job that I had at that time was paying me well. I was making mad money. I was already making $100,000. I'm interviewing for a job that pays less, but I had to get out. My sanity was worth way more than my finances. So I come back. I give notice when I get back. And didn't know something. I didn't know that if you quit the job, you get compensated. They give you a compensation package depending on how long you've been there. So I got a compensation packet of $8,000 when I walked away. So I want to say this to say that if I had probably walked away when it first began, I'd have had that $8,000 and I would have had my sanity a lot sooner. And I would have still found me something new. But the lessons I learned, everything's a learning experience. So I took the lessons from the moment. And the lessons I took from it is what empowered me to turn that struggle into the strategy that I put inside of hashtag poverty to 6 figures. It's one of the pillars. So I have the pillars of self-esteem, self-awareness, self-care, and self-discipline. The pillar that I learned at that period of time was self-awareness. I wasn't aware of how great I truly was. I wasn't aware of another individual feeling inadequate in my company. He couldn't ever get me on my job because I did my job superbly. He could never say that my job was mediocre. He never even gave me anything less than a 5 on a review because he couldn't prove anything less. My numbers were good. The teams worked with me well. So it was so funny. And I'm going to tell you what I told HR on party. Hey, guys, I'm going to tell you, I always leave a message. I leave messages wherever I go. And let me tell you the message I left the HR team. I said, maybe you guys should do something. Like, really look at what the numbers are happening around here. Maybe you pay more attention to the numbers, pay attention to how all the employees act around an individual, and pay attention to maybe the person who's over them is the problem. Because you were so busy investigating me that you didn't investigate the building, which is what an HR team should do. You should investigate the whole building, and maybe you'll find out what the problem is. That was my parting words to them. I wanted to leave them with a message. And it wasn't a message because I was leaving. It was a message because an HR team needed to know more information. Because a lot of times they're investigating a situation as opposed to a situation. That's what happens when you're working in small spheres as opposed to large spheres. So we're going to get to the chat. If you're a master in your craft, getting a new job ain't beep, beep. People just don't want to start over in a different environment. Amen. That's the being comfortable, Tisha. That's the comfortability. When you're comfortable, you don't want different. But you mad at what you got. That's like an oxymoron to me, CEOs. How you mad at going to work every day, but don't want to do something about it? I don't want to go any place I don't want to be. I don't want to be around anybody who don't want to be around me. My family is a firm believer in what my family will tell you. I say this all the time. I like to be celebrated, not tolerated. That's something else I learned through all of the trials and tribulations of my life. I have family members that just tolerate me. I don't talk to none of them. Zero of the people that just tolerate me. Zero. There's not one person that just tolerates me that I associate my time with. Because I deserve. One more time. You deserve to be celebrated in every environment you are in. Which means the celebration must start with who? Somebody drop that in the chat for me, because I know y'all know. Who's the celebration start with? You, CEO. You, CEO. You, CEO. If you are celebrating you, that means that people that are around you who don't like you, who don't care about you, they realize that you don't care about them, nor are you looking at them, nor do you care if they celebrating it, because you celebrate you so tough. And I mean by celebrating you by understanding you, understanding what you need, being a person that's loved because you are loved. When you're having difficulties and life is doing things, you must be someone who's attracting the life that you are looking for. We got to chat. Life gives lessons, not always answers. Pay attention even when it hurts. Ooh, that's a whole moment. That's a whole moment. We're going to pause on that comment, and we're going to jump into Growth by Lizzie Birchie. I want you guys to stay locked in for the Author's Corner that's up next, sponsored by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. Stay locked in for the Leadership 3-Point Play. That is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy. And you know that you got to keep on being locked in on My Radio Chicago, where we already know it is more than radio.
Let me grow. Let me grow.
Questions were exact and to the point of what I needed, but immediately I was able to apply some extra income come immediately this past week.
Charging $150 for these classes. So I had 30 people show up each day. I charge $150 and like 4 days.
I've gotten like three more clients since I revamped again. And I'm really grateful for that.
I actually hit my goal. I think I was at 158.
And so this week I'm now at 170 RSVPs for my lunch party.
I have been uploading consistently, sharing it, and also promoting and marketing on. I did build up my own team as well. The business, I also did crack in another client.
Welcome to the CEO Mastermind.
Questions were exact and to the point of what I needed, but immediately I was able to apply some extra income come immediately this past week.
Charging $150 for these classes. So I had 30 people show up each day. I charge $150 and like 4 days.
I've gotten like three more clients since I revamped again. And I'm really grateful for that.
I actually hit my goal. I think I was at 158. And so this week I'm now at 170 RSVPs for my lunch party.
I have been uploading consistently, sharing it, and also promoting and marketing on. I did build up my own team as well. The business, I also did crack in another client.
Welcome to the CEO Mastermind.
My questionnaire, the questions were just very exact and to the point of what I needed. And when I met with her in my one-on-one session, I found it to be very profound.
Excited for this. This is something I really need and something I've been looking for a while.
It's an assessment. Like, it asks questions that make you think deep about what you want your life to go. It's an assessment.
The 10-week financial focus plan she gave me helped me to see it in a better way where it would make money.
It was basically a reality. Something that looked like a dream, but in reality it was nothing but a shift of mindset. It's a state of mind.
Out and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week right here on CEO State of Mind. Hey there, welcome back to Wake Up CEO. I am your host, Rachel L. Gary, and this is on my radio, Chicago Support District Radio. I appreciate you guys for staying locked in. So we had a couple of more comments that I might have missed while we were on a commercial break. I appreciate you guys still for staying locked in with me. So we have
Bruce, who says life gives lessons, not always answers. Pay attention even when it hurts. That's what we left off on before we went to break. Then we got Letitia who checked in. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm my own best friend. Point blank and period. Love that. We have Selah who checked in. We are like plants. Every environment is like soil. Bad soil stunts growth. Good soil promotes exponential growth, period. Point blank. Then we have one of my sayings is, I don't care who likes me, I like me. I know that's right, Selah. Then we have Bruce dropped the link for you guys to see that to actually get the 20 questions. The 20 questions, guys, if you are not aware, I want to just talk about that real quick. So I am a leadership coach. I happen to be a radio personality as well, a TV show host, as well as a TV station owner. But as a leadership coach, which is what I am for all of those things, I have 20 questions that allow you to find your circle of genius so you can find real substantial growth. 20 questions. It might take you time because those 20 questions are deep questions that bring thoughts to your mind so you can actually make money doing what you do best. We're going to give a round of applause for doing what we do best. We spend a lot of time doing stuff just to do. Working in our circle of genius, you'll make millions. I know many people who have made other people millions doing their circle of genius, but have decided to do something different for their business. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? You were working in your circle of genius for a company. I want to say this, and then we're going to get into the book of the day. You worked in your circle of genius. It's why you were at a company and you were doing so well. You made the company great inventions. You did great things for the company, gave them great ideas. You go start a business. I'm going to pause. You start a business that deals nothing with what you have been doing best for years. I think it's a little bit of fear, guys. Just a little bit of fear. If you were the best, I'll say tax preparer, if you were the best marketer, if you were the best salesman at a company, why do you get a business that's against the things you were good at? That's what these 20 questions uncover. These 20 questions allow you to align with who you are and make money doing it. Because y'all know I'm about making money. I'm about helping people make money out their circle of genius. I'm about helping people, remind them of who they are so they can grow into the person they need to be to make more money. I've never been shy about talking about money. It's not the root of all evil. I'm not praising it. I'm praising you, the talented individual who's going to make the money. Praising the talented individual who has a skill, a God-given skill, or God-given gift that you're squandering as opposed to using for your success. 20 questions, uncover what that is and allow you to grow within it. Get locked in with those 20 questions. So we're going to jump into the Author's Corner that is sponsored by Distinguished Authors Guild, where your literary excellence is celebrated. If you guys are not aware of who Distinguished Authors Guild is, the CEO is Gina Gatson. It is a awards, I won't even say awards ceremony. It is a celebration of authors in a way that allow them to find success with their books. I happen to be an ambassador for the Guild. And as an ambassador, I have the privilege to showcase, highlight, and encourage current authors who have submitted their book to the Guild on different platforms and allow to help them grow. The Guild, to me, is more than a ceremony. It's a collaboration and a family of individuals who are looking for or guiding each other to success. So I have the privilege to be an ambassador for an amazing, amazing organization. They are now celebrating their 6th annual award ceremony November 7th. If you are in the Chicagoland area, we're going to be in Park Forest. And what we're going to be doing, we are going to be celebrating excellence. I want you guys to go to there. And if for the first 5 people who go to the Eventbrite link, that's going to be dropped in the chat if you're watching this live on YouTube or Facebook, this book, #Poverty to Six Figures, is going to be my investment to your growth. 5 people, the first 5 people that go to Eventbrite, click the link, scroll through to the end, get your ticket, you get a copy of the book, and you have to put in the notes, Rachel L. Gary. Rachel L. Gary in the notes, and this book is yours. You get a signed copy, and we will take pictures on the red carpet with the book. You and I will be celebrating your road to success. So get locked in to the Distinguished Authors Guild award ceremony that's coming up November 7th in Park Forest at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get locked in. So the book in the Author's Corner today. So the feature book is called Your Life's Purpose by Michael Bernard Beckwith. When I read this book, guys, these were the things I took from it. When life knocks you down, knowing your why keeps you grounded. Why are you making any kind of journey? Why are you moving forward? So when I read the book, he speaks a lot about you being connected to the things that you're doing, so you can find a point to be grounded when things are coming up against you. The reason why your arm doesn't move when you clap, because you have strength on the other side. So that's when I heard about being grounded, I was like, yeah, that really connected with me. The second thing was to see beyond pain. See beyond what's in front of you and visualize what's next. That's what it's about, visualizing what's on the other side. And the third thing was purpose grows when you shift from self-pity to helping others rise too. So that is the 3 takeaways that I took from the book, Your Life's Purpose by Michael Bernard Beckwith. It's definitely a good read. I only speak about books that I've actually personally read, and these are my 3 key takeaways from that particular book. I will be doing 3 key takeaways from #Poverty to Six Figures, closer to the fact of when we actually get closer to the Distinguished Authors Guild award ceremony. Guys, if I haven't told you, both books are nominated for award. I appreciated Distinguished Authors Guild bestowing that honor on me, allowing me to be recognized for the fact of that I provided a great book for individuals to find success within. I only write nonfiction and only write about self-growth and things that will allow you to be either clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, or owning your direction. Because when you're the CEO of your life, you're able to do, be, and have the life that you dream and desire. So that's what I stay focused on, guys. I'm laser focused. My goals are still my goals. My goals are the same all the time. Laser focused on helping people grow into the people that they need to be. That's what we got to do at the end of the day. We got to get to it, CEOs. We got to get laser focused on who we need to be. So as we were just diving in, we're diving into the 3rd segment of the show, ownership. We talked about how to get clear so we know how to get up after life beats us down. Life is going to hit you with blows. You're going to have things that come your way. Some things are not going to work out as planned. It's life. We talked about getting clear. We talked about not being a victim, taking it as a lesson, taking things as a lesson. There's a blessing or a lesson in every event. No matter if it's a good event or bad event, in that event, there's a lesson. There's blessings in it every time. Then we talked about how to transform that lesson into a growth pattern of working with individuals that are growing. You want to talk to people who are growing. Talk to people who pour into you. You want to pour from a full cup of positivity and get other people to pour into you. There's going to be days when you're down. Days when you have half a cup, not a full cup. And when you don't have that full cup of positivity, that's when you're going to say, okay, take a breath, get ready to breathe, and then figure out how to get people in your circle or get to the people in your circle that are going to allow you to be positive. I say at the end of the day, that is a thing for me. I always want to stay surrounded by individuals who bring me up and not push me down. And that's how you allow yourself to stay surrounded. So now we're going to talk about owning. We're going to claim victory over the battle. Yeah, we were at battle with life. We were at battle with life beating us down. No more beating us down. No more of that. No more of that. We're not even going to live that life right now. We're going to claim victory. So we're claiming victory after the battle. We got to get some tools, guys. We got to get set. Because resilience isn't just about surviving. It is about rising with brilliance. So we have to shift the lens from, that's why we had to get clear with that we're not a victim. That's why we had to get empowered with finding the lesson. Now we have to shift the lens from the negative situation into how does that positively impact your life. This is where you learn that every situation has a lesson. You're going to pull that out. And when you're pulling that out, it's what's going to allow you to shift the lens. So what is meant to be learned from this situation? What is it to be learned when people don't support you? What is there to be learned when people are not in your corner when you need them the most? What is it to learn? What do you need to learn from those situations? Because when you figure out what you need to learn from those situations, it allows you to now focus on what lessons was there for me and what do I need to do next? What do I need to do next so I understand the lesson in this? So we got on Facebook. Bruce messaged the 20 questions. So the link is in the chat also, Letitia. If you want to look at it, let me highlight it for you so you have the link as well. But I promise you guys the 20 question survey is not just for individuals just to find and just give answers. It's really for you to find your circle of genius. What is it you do really well? What's that thing? What does it look like? Because for you to get past life setbacks, you have to equip yourself with the tools to stand up. When we pause on Wake Up CEO, what are we pausing for? We're pausing so you can take that in, so you can think about, so you can see how that resonates with you, so you can move forward. So, and don't keep staring at the wound. Don't keep staring at the problem. Don't sit there. Man, my feelings is hurt. Man, that person didn't show up for me. Man, they didn't like my post. Man, they not working with me. Man, they're not helping me out. That's focusing on the problem instead of focusing on the wisdom that you learn and gain from it. And then we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna reframe the beatdown for training. Every life lesson is training you for what's next. That's what it's doing. When life is throwing a blow your way, it's training you to fight. Have you guys ever had a fight and lost? And you analyze what happened. Because if you're a student of life, you're gonna analyze why you got beat. And when you're a student of life, see, I'm always a student. I happen to be a master in some things, and those are the things I teach. But I'm always a student of life, so I can constantly grow. So when you're a student of life, you're looking for that lesson. So when you find that lesson, you focus on that. And you don't keep talking about the wound. If you have to repeat that you had a fight with your spouse, to everybody who's listening hears about it. You're constantly reliving the moment. Every time you tell the story, you relive it. Every time you tell someone, well, my spouse was doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Man, can you believe he did A, B, C, E, F, G? Man, can you believe she did A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Every time you do that, you're repeating that to yourself. So you're leaving the wound open as opposed to allowing it to close and heal. Now, I'm not saying you have to forget that there was a fight or forget there was a transgression, but you have to be ready for the next transgression by taking the lesson from the present transgression. This is how we're going to get up from a beat down. Because life didn't knock you down to destroy you. It's preparing you for strength. I want y'all to see that muscle. When you work out, the first time you worked out, you couldn't lift the highest amount of weight that you're going to be able to when you work out 6 months from now. Because you're building the strength, you're building the resilience, you're building the muscle. So why, when life hits us with a blow, we don't take that as a preparation that's preparing us for what's coming next in our lives? Remember, you are 100% survivor of yesterdays. There's nothing in life that is absolute, except that if you lived another day, you survived yesterdays. That's the absolute. So if it's absolute that you have survived yesterday, if you reflect on what happened, you can move forward with conviction along with some knowledge. But if you're not taking the lessons from life, you're prone to repeat it. Remember, how do we get out of insanity? Stop doing the same things that had us insane. And own your victory. Own that you survived yesterdays. I want y'all to clap it up. We're going to clap it up. We're clapping it up for everybody. On Wake Up CEO, I'm clapping it up for everybody. You survived yesterday's problems. You survived yesterday's pressure. You survived yesterday's transgressions. You have gathered your strength. That's the lessons. And you're now preparing for what life has next. It's okay. So when you declare victory, because we say we victorious, we won the day. I want to say it to everybody. At the end of the day, you won the day. So we got a quick question on Facebook. Question: so if you're going through something bad today, why should I prepare for something worse? Shouldn't I avoid the worst by building resilience? Absolutely. I appreciate the question, Letitia. If you went through something bad today, you should pull the lesson from today. So tomorrow, so you're building up the resilience that tomorrow it won't be worse, that tomorrow you'll be informed. Tomorrow you'll be prepared. Not that you're preparing for the worst. You're knowing that bad things happen, allow you to prepare for things are going to happen. Building the resilience is where you get the positivity. You bring some positivity into your life. You bring positive information, positive education, positive individuals. So if you had a bad situation yesterday, and I just use it for instance, if your job, I picked the job because it's just universal. Everyone usually has had a job. If you had a bad experience at work, and tomorrow you got to go back, you don't have to go back with with an attitude that today's going to be worse. You have to go back with today, I am going to be the best version of me today, and no matter what comes my way, I'm going to be able to get through it. Because yesterday, you might not have had that resilient nature or that resilient thought process that you were going to be okay. That's why you're owning that you've made it through all the yesterdays. To give yourself, think about this, every time you win, you're proving that you can win. When you prove that you can win, you're not so much worried about that you lost before. You're celebrating the wins and stacking those wins on top of each other. Then that means when something bad happens at work, okay, he's having a day. So you're not internalizing that it's bad to you. You're internalizing that that person is having a bad day. Not that you had a bad day. Man, he having a bad day. You move on with your glorious day because that person isn't infecting you. That person's mood is not going to change yours. That's when you are preparing yourself. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. So at the end of the day, we have to focus on what we can control. Here we go. The only person every single person can control. You cannot control your kids, your cat, your dog, the car. The only person you actually have absolute control over is you. You can control the way you take things. You can control what you internalize. You can control the things you celebrate. You can control the things you put in your mind. Because that allows you to control how you respond or react to a situation. And let me give you what the respond and reaction is. When you react, you usually react from a place of emotion, and usually negative emotion. When you respond, you are part of a solution, whether the solution is for you or for others. When you're responding, you're looking for a way to alleviate issues within a situation. That's when you are actually becoming more aware. That's why my program has 4 pillars of self. That's self-awareness, that's self-care, that's self-discipline, that's self-esteem. Because those things are very important for you to be able to grow successfully in this thing we got called life. And it's okay if you don't have all 4 of those things today. It's okay that you didn't know those 4 things are the 4 things that are going to help you find success. But now today, you do. So let's truly work on our self-care. Truly put some time in. And remember, self-care is setting clear boundaries, having clear time to actually meditate, be calm, and be aligned with you. Because that allows, when things are coming your way, for them not to beat you down, for you always to be resilient and be able to stand against them. But now we got to jump into, my favorite part of Wake Up CEO is that leadership. Got to get to my button. 3 Point Play that is powered by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets what? GPS. Play 1. Pause and assess. Don't rush to fix everything. Clarity comes from stillness. Play 2. Set micro wins. Create small victories to rebuild your confidence. Play 3. Live the lesson. Apply what you've learned immediately. Growth only sticks through action. And that is the leadership 3-point play that was brought to you by Say I'm Possible Academy, where self-leadership gets what? GPS. And you can go to www.SayIamPossibleAcademy to get coaching, mentorship, and growth tips from the leadership coach, Rachel L. Gary, along with where you can get my award-nominated books, #Poverty to Six Figures and Forged in Fire. Guys, you know, I always am at the point of when I'm getting sad, and towards the end of the day, you guys are my tribe, my crowd, my people who I go to, and the awesome comments that are always in the chat when you're on Facebook or YouTube. I appreciate that you guys drop that information in the chat. Ask those questions, get insight, and have camaraderie amongst yourself. The only people that should be on Wake Up CEO are people who are looking for growth, people who are ready to make changes, people who are looking for positivity, or people who are just looking for the roadmap to get a little bit of information that allows them to find success. Because as a CEO myself, and being a CEO, y'all know where we are. We're being clear in our actions, empowered by our choices, and owning our direction. That's what we do on Wake Up CEO every Wednesday, right here from 3 to 5 p.m. We sit, we talk, we go through a path that allows us to find success on the other end. Sometimes that path might be longer than most. And success is not every day. But you successfully win every single day. Whether it's a small win or a gigantic win, you are winning every single day because you have the opportunity to make a difference tomorrow. So these are my closing thoughts, guys, on Wake Up CEO. Life will swing on you. Duck. But CEOs, we don't stay down. We reframe, we own the win. And as always, CEOs, I want you guys to be focused on your better version of you. Be aligned with the growth that is in you and be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You CEOs. See you next week right here on Wake Up CEO on My Radio Chicago, where we at the Support District Radio, where we already know it is more than radio. Talk to you then. Do you feel stuck? Like your dreams are just out of reach? It's time to change that narrative. Use life's setbacks to fuel the fire within. I'll walk you through the exact steps I took to move from $7 an hour to multiple six-figure success. The roadmap includes practical strategies, real-world mindset shifts, and the habits that help me rise against the odds. Welcome to #Poverty to Six Figures, a journey that goes beyond just financial success. This is about breaking free from the cycle and claiming your desires, transforming your life, unlocking your potential, and finally living the life you deserve. Get your copy today. Start your journey towards financial freedom. Are you ready?
6 figures couldn't change my mind.